Hi everybody, let's speak about false flames. So a lot of times when we speak about twin flames, a lot of times I hear people being so concerned about, is this my twin flame? Is this a false flame? Were we meant to be together? What is going on over here? So what is a false flame really? Well, by its very nature, a false flame is someone that is not your twin flame. So let's first go with what your twin flame actually is, and then we speak about your false flame, because the two sort of, go hand in hand together. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian Nelson. I am a wellness life coach. I'm a tarot reader, crystal healer, Reiki master, regression hypnosis practitioner, angel healer, NLP practitioner, and a whole list of other things. Now, I can't remember everything now. I do the I Ching and numerology and astrology, and I do a lot of stuff. I've been at this for a while. But this video is about twin flames and false flames. And for the general collective, I do readings every week. So if you want to learn more about these sort of things, or you want to see energetically where you are currently, then I'd really appreciate you subscribing to the channel, hitting the all notifications. So when I do put out coaching sessions like this, and I'll do more of them. I've done a couple of them already, but then life happened. I got busy and stuff. But I do like to put out this sort of material because it really helps everybody. And then of course I have the weekly readings as well. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, it'll be really fantastic if you subscribe and become part of our beautiful community. My focus with everything I do is it's always with the best intentions at heart. What is the best for everyone? How can I best help you? How can I best support your journey of life? Because I'm sorry, my doggies are going ballistic over I don't know what. Listen to the one, it's like a wolf. We're like, whoa. Anyway, let's get back to the point. So, everything in the universe exists in duality. So in order for the one to be there, the other part has to be there as well. So that is the first thing. And we can call that, we do call it many, many different things, yin and yang, which is actually yin and yang. That is the right pronunciation for it. So yin and yang, divine male, divine feminine, divine counterparts, twin flame, we call it many different things. But the simple truth is, and you want to grasp this bit first, is that let's say, for example, you've got a life experience that you do not like. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be about your finances or your health or relationship or anything really. In order for the one to exist, the divine counterpart must exist. The one cannot exist without the other. So in order to be up, there has to be down. For hot, there has to be cold. For loneliness, there has to be togetherness. The one cannot exist. The one concept, the one possibility cannot be possible, cannot be in existence without the other. All right? So if you find yourself in a space where you don't have the love that you want, and you don't have the life that you want, and you don't have all the amazing things about the dream of life that you would like to have, the truth is that there is a part of you on a plane of existence that is already having that experience of life. So when it comes to manifesting anything, including your twin flame, because this is where we sometimes fall off the cart a little bit. You don't have to create it. It's already in existence. What you need to do is you need to align with it. And this is where our soul family comes in. So I suppose in this video we're speaking about twin flames, false flames, and soul family. All right, so what's the difference between the two? So we are all one expression of life. Whether you are a human being, an animal, a plant, an angel, a demon, a light being, or whatever, we are all part of the one expression of life that exists in duality, in balance. All right? When it comes to vibration, the question is, in all of this universe that exists with all its multiple possibilities, which part of the possibility would you like to experience as your reality of life? And so then that, once you have that, and that is why I love the I Ching so much, because the I Ching speaks about that quite a bit. And I'll speak in the I Ching in other videos, because otherwise we're going to get totally sidetracked here. But the I Ching is all about balance. What do you want, and how available is that to you right now? And that availability, what is going on? Bruno? Just a minute, sorry. Oh yeah, you are. You alright? Hello, Baba, my doggy. Sorry. Okay, so everything exists. Now, we come to Earth, souls having human being experiences, manifesting in physicality on Earth. We come to Earth for specific reasons. Earth is like a school. It's like a place where you go to refine certain skills, where you learn certain things, where you work out your karma, that sort of things, you know. Did whatever in whatever life, and now you're coming back to this life, and maybe you need to rebalance those scales, because that's really what karma is all about. So once your scales are sufficiently balanced within yourself, it's when you are ready for the twin flame experience, that connection. So first and foremost, when we speak about a twin flame, you know, it's almost like that analogy that was used in my favorite story of all time, Peter Pan, like how fairies are born. And they say, like, the first time a baby laughed, you know, that laugh burst into like 1,000 lights or something like that. And that was the start of fairies. So when you think of your twin flame, is when you are born, because we are dual beings by nature. All that is within nature, that is within life, that is in the universe, that is in the cosmos, it must have a divine counterpart. It cannot not have it, because we cannot be within this incarnation, in this experience of life, of being, of existence, of expansion, of expression, all of the one thought expression in the whole cosmos. We cannot be in it if we're not going to play by the rules of it. It's just not possible. It's not conceivable. All right? It's even with like with binary code, it's ones and zeros. You know, it's all about balance. So you can think of the one like that, and if you stretch the one, it makes a zero, and if you let it go, which, and it makes a one again. You know, it's almost like a band. Like if you take, this is just a random example, but let's say this is the one. You pull the one out, and you know it becomes a zero, and you let it go, ka-ching, it's a one again. All right. So we as human beings have a divine counterpart ourselves. That is our twin flame. And you know, in order for anything obviously to live together in balance and in harmony and to work in harmony, all the elements coming together has to be in harmony as well. All right. So when we within ourselves have found the love in ourselves, the happiness in ourselves, the okayness with just being us within ourselves, that is when ultimately we are those people that are really ready to have this divine counterpart experience. Okay? A false flame, so to speak, is usually our soul family coming in, because a soul family, you know, we're like a family working together. Somebody comes in to make you aware of something. This is working for you, that is not working for you. You might need to change this, you want to alter that sort of vibe. And so a lot of times somebody comes in to just help us become clear about the fact that isn't working for us, that is not the best option for us, that is not really where we want to go. And that is the one way in which we get false flames sometimes. Another way is, for example, let's say you grow up together, a brother and a sister, and let's say that the brother is straight, all right? Just for the sake of argument for this video. And so you have this beautiful arrangement, or you have this beautiful life, you and sister growing up together, your sister gets married, she goes in her own direction in life, and now the brother's alone. And without even actually realizing it, you are actually missing your sister. So you are looking for someone to fill that gap. And then one day, you see someone, and somehow this person and your sister's got very similar energy. So you see them and like, oh my goodness, you know, they the one. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't trust love. I'm just letting you know how our patterns can sometimes operate. And so then you believe yourself to be in love with that person, and they the one, and they must be the one, and so forth. When in actual fact, you are missing someone else and they're filling that gap. And I always feel that it's very important, especially before we get married, that you really have that deep conversation with somebody who really has your best interest at heart. Are you really going into this connection with the right intentions? And the reason why you want to get somebody else on board is because we typically don't see what is holding us back. You know, human beings are biased by nature. We are self-serving by nature. It's in our nature. It is imprinted into your blueprint, into your DNA, into your being, that you are here on this planet to survive, to be here, to take care of your avatar, which I believe is one of our first responsibilities. You know, so when somebody comes around and they don't honor that, they don't value that, they don't respect that, eventually our paths are going to split. And so if you're finding yourself, or maybe even holding on from a past connection, you know, to the whole false flame, it didn't work out, that sort of thing, I'm going to encourage you to see what is the lesson here, because remember, life is always giving us feedback. What is the lesson here? What can I take from this? How can, you know, from this feedback that life gives me, I don't have to like it, but when you're in total avoidance mode of it, then we keep on having the same experience again and again, because we're not getting the lesson, which means we can't graduate the class. All right? So in your quest for love, which is a normal thing, human beings, animals, whatever, we want to be together. We're always better when we're together. It's a plain simple fact, you know. And a lot of times when you say, I don't know, I don't need love, I don't want to have love, I just want to be on my own, and I speak from personal experience within myself. I don't need that. I don't want that. It's not for me. It's often your pain body, like what Eckhart Tolle speaks about in his book, A New Earth. It's your pain body, it's your ego, it's your unhealed trauma, childhood trauma, previous relationship trauma. More often than not, the ingrained programming that you were born with into this life. I like to say that as human beings, we're like a mobile phone. You arrive with. Isn't this beautiful? One of my clients gave this to me, and I thought it's so amazing, because a lot of my business and a lot of what I do comes through my mobile phone. I thought, okay, let me put it on there. That's so cute. It's so amazing. I really, really like it. And I was buying a birthday gift for one of my great nephews a couple of days ago, and I took my great cousins, and I took my nephew with me, and I said to him, like, what do I need to buy? I've got no idea what to buy, an 8-year-old, you know. And he said, apparently for 8-year-old, currently this is all the rage. It's so cool. It had like a little Pikachu thing on it, which I actually thought was really cool myself. And this is how we communicate with the universe, because I was looking and I thought to myself, that's really, really cool. I don't really think as a 40-year-old man I want to be having a Pikachu on me, but you know, I can do it, something like that. That's really, really cool. And it was literally just a passing thought. And the next thing, I've got my client coming in, she says to me, I got you this, and I put it on my phone. I'm like, there's my Pikachu, you know. And it's the same thing with love. When we don't try to classify it so much, like, are you my twin flame? Are you my soulmate? Are you a false flame? Did you just take me for a fool? Are you just a narcissist? Was just a codependent relationship? Instead saying, what did I need to learn from this? What was life trying to communicate to me? Because remember, you are life and life is you. I always like to say to my to my in-person tarot clients, or what I call tarot life coaching, because I bring all sorts of other things into it. And I would say, like, but what is the lesson here? What is the lesson from this experience? Why did you get yourself into this? What is it within you? Because especially in love, it's always so easy to blame the other person, you know? That fucking bastard, that piece of shit. But we don't want to look at ourselves, and you look in the mirror within yourself, within your own eyes. What is it within me that has brought me to that experience, which keeps on consistently bringing me to these low-vibing relationships where, you know, I'm just being taken advantage of for my money or my body, because, you know, I don't know, maybe you can bring it, you know. I mean, I can really bring it. And, you know, and I don't mean to be disrespectful when I say this, but, you know, a lot of times when you get into new reconnections, even possibilities of relationships, you know, we put this best foot forward, and I mean, we all do it, but we show people, this is who I am. I'm going to be this person who's going to do this for you every single time. You know, this is how I'm going to do stuff, and we really go to town with showing to this person, this other person, what an amazing catch you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what we sometimes do is we begin to sell our soul, and we want the other person to make us happy. You know, and sometimes when I go to a wedding, and I mean, I really get it. Like, I've never been married, but I do get the idea that that obviously love saved you, and that's, I mean, I get that. But you really want to look at when you solely come from this idea of like, I was nothing, nothing, nothing. I was lesser than less. And then I met this person and they saved me and they're my light, and, I'll never be able to be without them. Alarm bells, alarm bells, alarm bells. Because you may change your mind, they may change your mind, things may come up, they may die. So when we, instead of looking at these experiences, these disappointments as, false flame, I'm never going to find my person, because a lot of times people have this thing of like, oh, I'm never going to find my person. But if that is what you are feeding your mind, then your mind has to honor that. It has to. I mean, you come from the idea, this is who I am. And I mean, even myself, as a homosexual man, even myself, a lot of times there's stories going around like, you just don't know with the gays. Like, but I say to myself, if I'm a decent person and if I'm a person who doesn't want to, go in all sorts of tangents that people accuse others of all the time, if I'm not going to do that, then there must be other people that's on the same line. All I need to do is attract those people to me. But then instead of going on things like Grindr and dating apps and Tinder and whatever, and I mean, those things do have a place in this world. But, the question that I always ask is, the platform that you are on, the resource through which you are searching, what is the motivation usually in this platform? Are you looking for love in the right places? If you are a person who likes, so maybe you're like me, you're more into botanical gardens and you like tarot cards and gardens and birds and nature and, road trips and camping and don't mind having my feet in the mud, and, if it means that taking my morning shower means that I, take a dip in the ocean or whatever, that's who I am. And if that is who I am, and if that is what I'm happy with, and if that is what I want to be, then I cannot really be looking, because a lot of times people say you got to put yourself out there, okay? But then if I'm going to go and, I mean, once or twice a year, I really do like to go dancing, and I mean, I'm breaking it out. And I really smiled because a little while ago I saw one of these memes for cancer, and I'm a Cancerian, that says, you almost never see them on the dance floor, but if you do, they will look like a stripper who's short on rent. And I mean, I will break it down like that. But that is not what I consistently like to do. For me, that is a once a year, even once every 2 years type of thing. Which means if I'm looking for my divine counterpart and I'm looking for the person there, chances I might find him, but chances are 99% that I may not. Because, you can't be looking for what you want in places that is not in agreement with who you are. All right. So when it comes to a twin flame or a false flame, and you're not getting that special love yet, by getting it increasingly upset about it, you actually distance yourself from what you want. But when you really get to that space, and you know what, somebody said this to me a couple of years ago, and I must be honest with you, I thought it was the biggest load of rubbish on the planet. But she said to me, a very good friend of mine, that when you get to a space where you really want love, but you don't need it, the perfect love will come to you. And I thought to myself, what new age rubbish, And she was working with a life coach, and at the time I was like, yeah, it's only a life coach that will tell you that nonsense. Even though I tell that nonsense to a lot of people now. But you know what? I just want to be here to support you in your quest to find love, And if you want to check out my weekly readings, to get your life in balance. A lot of times when I focus, what is the other person thinking? What are they doing? Are they coming back? Are they leaving? Your life is about you. And when your life is in balance, the way that you want it, the perfect person will come to you easily and effortlessly. And that's the way it is. Okay? All the best. Bye.